Good greetings, I'm Rusty Dog and welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator, and today we're looking at a Ferrari 458, but it has a body kit on it. It's the Liberty Walk body kit, and I've just shown you a screen that you didn't even need to see. Let's go to this one. Ferrari 458 Liberty Walk, and it has a V8 double overhead cam, AXK, whatever that is, and global condition of everything is pretty crappy. Factory color, yellow. Well, I don't think I'll be going with yellow. I'm going to be going with the standard Ferrari red, which is Rosso Corsa or Racing Red, and I already have the correct color code for the car. So I'm probably going to keep these fenders in this black color and maybe do the car in red. It's not set in stone that I'm going to do it in red. I would prefer to, but I might take a look at other options like black or a very dark purple, which almost makes it look black. It's purple, but with the brightness reduced, so it's almost black, but it has a purple little tinge to it, if you know what I mean. And maybe do it in a kind of a pearlescent look. I don't know, I might go for something special with this. I do like the wheels, I want to keep them this way. Maybe go with a black. I'm quite excited about what to do with this car, to be honest. But the first thing I'm going to do is take a lot of bits off it. Now these fenders are optional. If you take them off, then you're left with a standard looking 458, but that is also a non-standard rear bumper. So this is all part of the Liberty Walk setup, because a Ferrari 458 doesn't have, as far as I know, it doesn't have a rear bumper that overhangs like this, and the reason that overhangs is to accommodate the fender flares. So yeah, I think the first thing we need to do, it needs a steering wheel, it needs seats. We're going to put some nice red seats in there, I think. It might be black or red. There's not much of an engine left. Yeah, not really. So I don't know what to do with this. I guess what I normally do would be to strip it down and fix what I can fix. Performance-wise, the car's already pretty good. 451 or with 564. That's not going to burn up any racetracks or drag strips, but it's going to give it some really decent power. But I think I want to have a look at the standard 458 figures and make it go a little bit higher, because it's meant to be a tuned car, so it needs to be better than the original. So I think what I'm going to do first is get it moved onto our lifter, and then we'll just get it up in the air. And I think we're going to start with the wheels. Now, as I said, I'm definitely going to want to keep these wheels, because I do like how they look. They're kind of quite deep, and yeah, they're nice. It's just, again, with this sim, I think one of the things they really missed out on here was having different sized brake discs, especially seeing as how you can have modded cars. You know, I think it was pretty obvious that they were going to introduce performance cars at some point, and even the developers did that. They introduced Porsche, they introduced Mercedes, which included the at least, oh, did it now? I don't want to get myself wrong here. I was going to say that it included the SLS, but I'm not sure if it did, because that's a performance vehicle. I'm not sure if it actually did include the SLS. Yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, Porsche is a performance car anyway. And yeah, now I don't know whether to go with this one, or this is Rim Modern 02B. So if I go with 02, then it all gets sprayed one color. If I go with 02B and I spray it, it all gets sprayed one color. If I leave them as standard, then this one stays bi-color. So I've got the alloy and the black. I think I can try both. Yeah, so they really should have given us an option for having larger brake discs, and obviously calipers and pads, because some of these performance cars look atrocious with the tiny brake discs, and you know, another anomaly I spotted was there's a mod car. So I suppose, I don't know whether to blame the modders for this or whether it is a limitation of the game, but I've seen a car from a modded car to mod car from 1928, and it had disc brakes on the front, which obviously that would not be the case. Now I'll just have to is it fantasize? Yeah, I'll just have to pretend that the owner converted it to discs, because you're not having disc brakes on a 1928 car. That's just not going to happen, because disc brakes weren't around in 1928. I don't know why I just clicked on that accidentally. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, disc brakes weren't around then, but maybe it's a limitation of the game that it won't allow you to put drum brakes on the front. I mean, I don't really know. So let's take a look at what we have in the wheels, especially tires. So a 305 on the back, 255s on the front, a 30 wall and 21-inch wheels. That seems feasible to me for a car like this. I just want to put one of them back together. How did we do on the wheels, by the way? So we got 1, 2, we repaired 2, and we didn't manage to repair another 2. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly piece one together with a 305 tire. I know the tire is useless, but I wanted to stick it on there for now and take a look at what the car looks like with these wheels on. So we have to balance it first before it is allowed to go on the car, because I'm either going to go with these painted like this, or I'm going to go all black. As of yet, undecided. But maybe I'll have a look at both sides. Once the car's painted, I'll have more of a clue how I think it's going to look. Because again, it's going to depend on what color I do the car. I am more likely to go with black wheels if the car's red, and I'm less likely to go with black wheels if the car's black. However, a car like this with the body kit on it in black with black wheels, I ain't gonna lie, it can look pretty damn good. So yeah, it's gonna don't know, it's gonna depend. See, now that looks okay, but I just have a feeling that all black is gonna look really cool. We can try one, because we did manage to fix 2. We did manage to fix 2 of the rims, so we can try one. And I'm going to go against my better judgment here, I think. You see, what we have here is a metallic black, and I am very tempted to go with a matte black here. So let's do that. Man, too much paint. See that cloud? Right, so let's get that, and we'll piece that together, and we'll put that on the other side. So we want to go and install the other good wheel, which has been painted. No, wait a minute, is that the one? Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, color black there. Sorry, missed it. With the other 305 tire. Okay. You see what I mean about it losing detail? You can't really make a lot of the detail out as well as you can if it's an alloy color. However, let's let it spin a couple of times. Maybe I should go with a purple pearlescent black kind of color. I mean, there is a choice of pearlescent paint, but you don't get the choice of what color you want it to pearlesce in. I don't know if you get that choice in the real world. I guess they can mix it up, so you can say I want blue, and I want it to pearlesce into like a purple, which is how my car paint is. In certain, if you look at the paint on my car in a certain way, it does. The blue does tint into purple, but I've seen blue tint into green. So I don't know if there's a way that they do that, where they can mix a paint in a certain way. I don't know, but there's paint technology these days is quite clever. You see, now this might look nice, but this hasn't got the fender on this side. You know, this fender's not there. Yeah. Decisions. Maybe matte black isn't the way to go. Maybe a shiny black on this side would have looked better. Again, it's very hard to decide until you see the car painted. So, but as we know, we can't get the car painted until the wheels are on it. So I'm going to have to buy another couple of these rims so that I can at least get the car to the paint booth when it's needed to. Right, let's go shopping. What was it again? Was it Rim Modern 02B? Okay, well, I'm gonna, yeah, I suppose I have to buy the Bs just in case I decide to go with double color. So let's get rid of, so these are 21-inch 02Bs. Okay, let's not get rid of them quite yet then. So let's just go Rim Mod. So it's this one. What about this? Wow. Just as it is, just like that. Black barrel and the center bit being an alloy color. Oof. And even painted, that might look better as well. I wouldn't normally do this on a 458, but because it's already a tuned vehicle, these are the kind of rims that you would expect to find. Do I prefer this? I think so. I quite like this. It's the same price. I suppose I should buy one and try it out, yeah? Yeah. Alright. What's it going to cost me to buy one? 1.5 grand. Okay. Sure, why not? Whatever. So what I'm going to do here, just to get the tire sizes right, is I'm going to separate one of these. Decisions. We haven't even started work on the car yet. So now we're going to install, oh yes, this brand new rim on this crappy tire. Yes, man, it looks nice. Still 5-spoke. Yeah, you see it now. I was dead set on having these rims that came with the car because they looked really good, but I like the way that looks when it spins as well. Look at that, nice. Yeah, be nice to see that down the road. Okay, let's try it on the side that has the fender flare. Awkward mouse position there. Yes. It might work. Alright, let's get it off. It might work. Yeah. Alright. So what I'm going to do is just get rid of all the crap here. So the tires can go. These two rims can go. And obviously this needs to be split again so we can put new tires on. But I can do that later. I'm actually undecided between this one and this one. Like the double color and this one. Maybe go with this one because it's something different, you know? So we're looking at two 305s and the other ones were 265s, was it? Or 285s? Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'll find out. Okay, no worries. Well, I suppose we better get started on stripping the whole car, I think, except for the body. I'm going to strip all the mechanicals off, running gear and engine, get everything out, and then we'll have it ready for sale. So I think what I'm going to do is use my warehouse here, and I'm going to, oh no, I don't want to sell that. I'm going to put that and that and that in the warehouse and try and remember to come back and get it later. Right, I'm going to start stripping the car, and then I will be back. Yeah, I'll be back in a second. Okie dokie, that is the whole car stripped in terms of its mechanical anicles. At least I think I've got everything. Have a look. Yep, not much to it. And then the engine just came out because there was not even a gearbox in the car, so somebody's been definitely stripping their way through this thing. I don't even know whether to bother with this or not. Just remove the whole thing and just trash it and just start with a new one. I will probably be able to salvage quite a bit of this actually. However, as I say that, if I oh, I've got to take this, sorry, didn't spot the ignition coil there. If I take this out and take a look inside, there is a spark plug there, of course, now because the ignition coil was there. What am I missing? There. Yeah, a couple of camshafts. We've got to get this out. Alright, so let's just quickly strip this down. It shouldn't take too long. We've got to get rid of the cam gear. We can't get rid of the cam gear till we get the belt. We can't get the belt till we get the timing cover off. We can't do the timing cover until we get the pulleys off. So that all makes perfect sense. It's just like real life, isn't it? I'm going to be disappointed when we start this up, maybe. I don't know when you put a modded car into the game, whether it includes sounds, engine sounds, like if you're able to make your own. So if you have a decent Ferrari sound, because a Ferrari has a quite distinctive sound to it, but what I don't know is whether the sound goes with the car, you know. So when we start this up, my question is going to be, is it going to sound like a Ferrari? I'm going to guess not, but it's not going to matter too much, as long as it sounds like a racing car. And it's, well, I say a racing car, as long as it sounds like a supercar. But we're going to do a couple of things to this one: performance headers, performance exhaust, if I can get them, if I can get the parts. Performance cams, you know, maybe again not to go too far with it, because yeah, I don't want another uncontrollable vehicle. Looks like we had a thrust bearing go missing there. Does that no, because there's obviously rods there. Okay, let's take a step back and just rotate. And we'll get onto this side. Of course, the oil pan is missing because it always is. So we need to get the rod caps off. I'm surprised that it actually came with any, because lately we've been having engines that just didn't have any. And even the crankshaft has got a couple of bearing caps here. Is that all it is, though? Just two of them? It can't be. There must be another one. I'll find out right now. If I go into part mount, yeah, so it's it's 3 caps for sure. Okay, let's click back into the engine again, get that out. And then we'll just try and repair everything we can, and then it's time for me to go down to the shops and buy all the parts I need. Quite clearly these pistons are absolutely coked. Ah yes, the old days of decoking an engine. Don't really hear of that anymore. I don't know if people still even do it. Decoking an engine, getting rid of all the deposits off the pistons and whatnot. Decoke. Alright, so let's go to the bench, the magic bench, and let's magically repair stuff that we can repair. Let me do it with my other finger because it's a lot faster. Got a couple of intercoolers there. Oh, you know, I think I just repaired. I don't know whether I actually did or not, but I had the battery in my possession. Has it repaired that? Gotta do the suspension, I keep forgetting that. No, it didn't do the battery. Now it's 8%. I wonder if this can charge a battery from 8%. I've never tried it before. I have a feeling the battery might have been in better condition than before. Oh, it looks like we can't just pick it up straight away, eh? Oh, hold on. Let's see what condition it's in. Yeah, 100%. It did charge it. I'll be damned. Did it do the engine cover? Yeah, it did. I'm surprised at that as well. Camshafts got repaired. No point, because we're going to be changing them. Engine headers V8, no point, we're going to be changing them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to store these in the in my warehouse, the 2 camshafts and the 2 engine heads, for the next V8 car that comes along, where I'm not going to use performance parts. Pistons I'm going to keep standard. Unsurprisingly, the engine block got repaired, so we can stick that back on. Yeah, part mount. Alright. Well, I guess all I can do is replace all the running gear, put all that back on the car, and then start building up the engine. So I'm going to do some shopping, and I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, I have a fresh cup of tea, and I have just been shopping and had everything delivered. So let's run through what we have. Suspension has been bought and put together. Done all that already. I don't need to run through all the parts, but what I will go through is the performance engine parts that I have bought so far. And as I said, I'm not going to go too far on this. So we have air filters. That's a couple of percent all in all. And then we have the 4 camshafts, which are delivering 3.3 each. So we're looking about 13% increase there, more or less. And look at the engine headers. I can't believe I got these 10% each. That's another 20%. It's like 32, like 35% increase already. That's enough. So I did not go for performance clutch. I did not go for performance pistons or performance damn, forgot what it was. Gearbox. But I may have to go for the performance gearbox, because the problem is if you soup up the car too much, then the car's power becomes too much for the gearbox to handle. And so you have to put a performance gearbox in order to be able to change the ratios. So I may be costing myself getting a performance gearbox. Those dings you're hearing is, let's have a look. Yeah, okay, it's just a message from a female. Can't beat that really. So performance fuel pump, performance fuel filter, and 6 ignition coils performance. As I said, the pistons are standard. And if anything, spark plugs. Yeah, that was the other thing I got. So if anything else, I don't know whether to keep the exhaust. If it has got one. I mean, I don't know whether it's just cosmetic at the back. And this looks like a standard 458 rear to me. And I know the Liberty Walk rear has got 2 exhausts as opposed to 3, 1 on each side. But I think there is a Liberty Walk rear end that does do the 3. So, but we'll be taking a look at that when the time comes. So for now, what I want to do is get all the running gear back on, because I bought all that. I've already stuck in the intercoolers, which look a bit strange sticking out there. The battery is in, the ABS module is in, and the brake servo is in. So all that's in. It's just a case now of putting on the brakes and the suspension, and all the other, the subframes and stuff that goes with that. And then I'll have a look at building up the engine. Alright, so let's get that done. Okie doke, all the running gear is now on. I don't think there's anything more to go, because if I go into, let me focus on it, if I go into part mount, the only thing that lights up apart from the wheels is the engine and the air filters, but we need to get to those. So yeah, it's just now building the engine up, and then I'll start concentrating on what wheels I'm going to use on this car. Alright, so I'll be back again when I build the engine, I suppose, because that is the next task at hand. So I'm going to get that done, and the next time you see this engine, it will be fully built. See you in a bit. Right, we're back and the engine is done. So, it looks quite stunning, doesn't it? Definitely looks like it's something that you would find in a Ferrari, although it's not quite the Ferrari V angle either. I think the Ferrari V angle is a little bit different. Seems to be a bit more... Anyway, so I've added a performance throttle on the back. I didn't go for the fuel rails because they were going to add another 4% each. So that would have meant yet another 8% gain. And I really didn't want to go that far, you know. So I've just kept everything else, apart from what I already mentioned, as stock. It does have performance exhaust manifolds, but I think these are around 1.65% performance each. Now the car didn't come with a gearbox, so I'm going to have to put that on it. I need a gearbox for this. I'm assuming it's the V8 one. So, before we can proceed, we do need to bring the car down. And before we even... I don't know if I have to put the engine in now, or... I don't see why not, to be honest. Might as well do that. Get the gearbox in. Get all that sorted. Yeah, let's do that. And then we can concentrate on body panels and such like. Because I've got a feeling that I'm going to have to experiment with a couple of body panels. Maybe the front wings and stuff, and bonnets, and see what the hell. Because I've got a few different choices, and I don't know what does what. If some parts are paintable and not paintable, I don't quite know how it's going to look. So I think there's 4 different bonnets. I don't really want to have to buy all 4 and just try all 4. But if I have to do something like that, then, you know, maybe I will. I've got plenty of money now, so I can afford to do stuff like that. What's going on here? Let's get back, see if we can... There we go. That's what I want to be. Alright, so let's get the engine into the car. And... yeah, that's... well, it's more... It's not quite how a Ferrari engine looks, but it's certainly more like you would expect to see a Ferrari engine. So now we've got the gearbox to go on, which is V8. Now I have a feeling I'm going to have to put a performance one on because it's going to exceed its maximum speed. So I'm going to have to go for a performance box. It's not going to necessarily add horsepower or torque. So we can do that. So we need a... oops, I'm actually in the wrong shop. Thankfully the other shop isn't too far away. So we just want a standard V8, which I hope... let's see if they have one. Oh, there it is. God, 3,000 or 2.5 grand for me. There you go. Friends discount. Okay, so before we lift this up, I guess we better add the air filters in, because now if we put these in, it's going to start asking us to include the air boxes, I would assume. Or maybe just... oh, actually, if it doesn't... right, you notice how it's not asking me to put an airbox cover on? I know why that is. I think because it's going to want the engine cover. Now look, you see? That's the engine cover that makes it look like a Ferrari engine. That's what that is. And you see how the 2 banks are kind of straight up, as opposed to... let's go back to normal mode. As opposed to this distinct V-looking shape that you see there. That's the difference. So, the engine cover is going to make it look like a Ferrari. The same as it did on the last car we did, where we put the engine cover on, and it actually made it look like a better engine that was really in there. So, let's get the car up and drop in the gearbox. It's all ready to go. I don't think there's anything we need to do other than just mount it. Oh yeah, we need to do the starter. Now I do have a starter in my warehouse, so at least, unless of course this is a starter V8. Yeah, it is. I don't have one of those, so we'll quickly buy one. Go here and here and here, and just put start V8, and there we go. Quite a quick searching system actually. So we now go to part mount, because without the starter it ain't gonna start. No, really? Yeah, really. Okay, so these are not actually going into the gearbox, even though they should be. They should be going into here, I would say. But yeah, it doesn't quite match up. It doesn't matter, it's all going to work as if by magic. Right, so now I want to lower the car, and in my inventory I have nothing. So let's get the body parts. We're going to have to go to Community Cars Body Shop, and then I'm just going to have to type in 458, and now you're going to see my dilemma here. So we're like, look at the bumpers. So the front bumpers, we've got like 6 choices, and if I look at this one and D&E look identical, except for the fact that this one has a Ferrari badge and this one doesn't. Then you've got this one which has the prancing horse on the front here. This one is without. This one's got a bigger grille. So I do want the prancing horse. I you know, even though it has a Liberty Walk tune, body tune, and we've tuned the engine, body tune. Yeah, body kit, body tune. Okay, I suppose you could call it a body tune. I still want it to be known as a Ferrari. It's like these 2 Fenders here, you know. Do you want the Scuderia Ferrari emblem on it, or do you not? And yeah, I do. I've already got one in my workshop which I've painted, so I'm going to have to remember which one that is. So I definitely want Scuderia Ferrari badge on the front, or at least some kind of recognition like this one. So I'm going to go with, now then, choices. I'm just looking at a couple of the photos of the Liberty Walk, and which I'll show you soon. And they don't really have this style of grille on. It's more this. So I'm probably going to go with this one, maybe standard. But then it wouldn't be standard on, because it's a body kit. So I have to go non-standard, I suppose. So we're going to go, let's go with this one. Now the fenders are both the same, except this one has a little flaring coming off it here, and this one doesn't have that. So what I'm going to do here is go to my workshop, and I'm going to find the one that I have in stock, which I bought previously, which you guys didn't see. So it's the front right fender. You can see it's painted in the correct color. So what I'm going to do is, oops, I don't need you anymore. So I'm going to buy both front lefts. I know, it's money. And then we've got 2 doors here. Now I can't make out the difference. I seriously can't make out the difference on these 2. There's nothing. So I'm going to have to buy two doors and find out what the hell the difference is. But I think the door's missing on, yeah, it is missing on my side. Let's do that now then while we're here. Because if we're buying the wing, I want to see what's matching and what isn't. So, going to, oh, I don't need this, do I? Assemble, there we go. So, front left fender. So this is the one I know about. What is this one? Alright. And then the door, if we go into assemble mode again. Oh, we are in assemble mode. So let's just put the standard door on. Okay, so what we're looking at then is we have this cutout here, I might use strange terms for things, but don't worry, I know what I mean. But that might be what we need here, because you see how it's got the it's like a bolted on fender flare, which is kind of matching what this is. So I think this is the correct one. Now if we remove this and put on the standard one, which would be this one, we're not going to get that, you see? And it's a nice flowing movement. So I think we need to remove that, and certainly we need to go for the B if we want to remain true to the Liberty Walk. And I would imagine that the door would be a B as well. What the hell is the difference between that door, right, and this door? Is there a difference? I mean, the door handle's the same, there's a lock underneath, the body line flows around onto here. That's it, pretty much. The rest is kind of nondescript. So if I go back into assembly mode and choose the B door, it looks the same. It looks the same, it really does. Okay, so this means that the fender that's in here is no good, because I didn't choose the B one, so we're going to have to sell that. Alright, my wheels are all in the workshop as well. So we definitely need to buy the other side fender, the right hand fender, as a B. But then we have the hoods. Now this is the standard 458 hood, and then we have this one, which has a bit of a dip in it and a couple of holes in the thing. I guess that's for cooling. The engine's in the back, don't forget. But this is probably for the intercoolers. I don't know. And this, I don't know what's going on with these two. So I know what this one's going to look like. So I'm going to buy a B, a C, and a D. I don't know whether these dark areas is a different painted one or whether it's carbon fiber. Right, so let's get this one on first, and then we'll step back and bring it down. Alright, so this is kind of cool, it looks nice. I'm not sure the purpose of these, but let's remove it now. And if we put on the other one, which is now C, I like how it kind of rotates to the next one for you. Ha! I suspect, it is carbon fiber, look at that. So, that means that this should not be paintable. Okay, so only the two outside parts then would be paintable. So if I assemble again, it should give me the next hood, which is a D. Aha! So this has got the scoops and the carbon fiber. I see, said the blind man. Okay, let me just put a little theory to the test here then, without actually, ouch, smack me in the nose again. Without actually committing to anything, I can literally just choose this hood and pick any color. So let's go to brightness. Aha, you see? Yes, indeed. Yes. Yeah, somebody mentioned on my previous video about the Shelby 350 I was looking at it in this green color to start with, and they agreed that it did look pretty cool, and it did. I probably should have kept it, thinking about it. I probably should have kept that color. But it was something similar to this. Okay, so there's that, and then there's also this other funky one here, the D hood. Now, I'll do this in the proper Ferrari color, and I can tell you what the proper Ferrari color is. So hue is 0. This is Ferrari Rosso Corsa Racing Red. So if we go to 83 on the brightness, we will get Ferrari Red. 0, 100, 83. That is Rosso Corsa, and I'll just leave it in metallic because it's the kind of the best way I can do it. But that is Ferrari Red, definitely. Now there's a couple of photographs of the Liberty Walk car. I suppose I can show you now. Give me a moment, guys. I just want to make a little adjustment on my screen here. Okay. I'm trying to remember how to do a transition now. Oh, okay, I think it's this. Yeah, there we go. Right, so these are actual Liberty Walk Ferrari 458s. Now, I have to say, I'm not a fan of the back on this car. I don't like it. All this at the back with the rear wheel, I don't like it at all. It's the rear wheels are cambered inwards at the top. And you can't do camber in the game, so you know the wheels are all going to sit pretty much flat. There's camber on the front. There looks to be a tad more on the back, maybe not, I don't know. But that allows the wheel to go underneath the wheel arch, and it probably won't rub. They've probably got some hard suspension. But look at the bonnet. We haven't got one that's like this, but it is in carbon black, as is the roof. And then we have this spoiler on the bottom, which I don't think is Liberty Walk. I don't know. That might be somewhat different, because I've not seen this front end in the shop that we have either. The rear end, as I said, I don't like the look of it. This wheel arch, this sticky, it just doesn't look right. The front, not too bad. Now on this one, this is a 458, and it's been made to look like a 488 because of this scoop. This is a 488 scoop. So unless it is a 488 and it's been mislabeled, because the Ferrari 488 has this here, but the 458 does not. Unless that's been added in by customization, I don't know. But again, you can see the wheel flares here, and these are in the same color as the car. So I don't know whether we can get ones that we can paint or whether we have to remain. I think the ones that we have on are paintable. I don't think there's a carbon fiber option. Now this wing at the back, again, it's just not a wing, it's a spoiler. So this spoiler at the back is horrible. It's too much flip up for me. It's too high. It's too exaggerated. It will slow the car's top speed down, but it will give the rear end more grip because of the aerodynamics. When the wind hits this, it's just going to push the rear of the car onto the floor, give it more grip. But because it's pushing the car down, it's creating downforce, making the car heavier, and therefore the car will be slower. There's something about this picture as well which I've just picked up, and it's just cool. But I will show you that in a second. So this, I don't know if this is real or a render because of that. But this has got the Scuderia badge on, and that's not fair because I don't have that option. Unless we can buy a normal wing with the Scuderia Ferrari badge on it and then buy the flare separately. I don't know if you can do that. Now, the all black wheels kind of look cool here. Got the tinted windows, the red, the Rosso Corsa color, and the black wheels. Now, I believe when it comes to doing the tail options, I think this rear with this flip up spoiler, I think it is available in CMS I think that we do have this option. So I might be going for this look. So this might be what we end up with, guys. Although the wheels, I don't know, I'm not committed to the style yet. So here's another one. Again, the camber at the back. Look at that clearance there. They don't leave a lot of room, do they? But again, the dark grey colour looks nice. It's not your typical Ferrari. The gold wheels. Gold wheels kind of suit a black car as well. I've even toyed with this, where we have like a red chrome sort of colour. Let me just see if I can view this a bit bigger. So we have a shiny black with the standard triple exhausts, but we've got this. We've got clearly the wheels at the back look. I don't know if it's just the perspective, but it kind of looks bigger. And the prancing horse on the back it's all lit up in LED lights there. But then, yeah, this is just a case of putting red chrome wheels on. And they clearly are deep dish on those. So here's that car again that we looked at. It's got a black. Yeah. This doesn't look too bad. See, the back here looks better than the first picture, than this one. I hate this rear end. That just looks terrible. Doesn't suit the car at all. This one, not too bad. But then you have this huge gap at the front here. You know, the wheel arch gap, which... But this is not too bad looking, to be fair. I wouldn't do it in this colour. Again, it's got that horrible back end on it. I'm not saying I wouldn't have a car like this, because it looks awesome, but... I don't know. This looks kind of cool. I like this. It's subtle. And, oh, we do have this front bumper like that, look. With the prancing horse just down there. Now this is more like your sky stroke baby blue colour. Yeah. The body kit, look, $30,000. Jeez. So, I don't know. Again, we have a white one. I don't know if that's going to clarify. Yes, it has. So red barrels and black inserts on the wheels there. Again, the triple exhaust. But where's that one I've seen that hasn't got the triple exhaust? There have been a couple. Is it this one? Nope. Yeah. Because I noticed in the actual... In the CMS2018, you have the option for the twin exhaust, which is spaced out one here and then one here, taking away the triple. And there are examples of that on the Liberty Walk conversions, but I can't seem to find it now. No. There's a Spider version, look, black one, black Spider. I'm not going to lie, that looks really nice. I'm not a great big fan of this huge spoiler, but it does look nice. It does. There's no two ways about it. It looks beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to go for something along these lines. I really do like the Ferrari red. It's very iconic. And it's a very beautiful red. And it is definitely, you know, it's synonymous with Ferrari, isn't it, really? And of course, if you don't treat them right, I mean, for God's sake. So, yeah, there's a few examples. This is the triple exhaust is from the standard 458. So, I guess I'm probably going to stick with that. That's a Liberty Walk as well. I wonder what's been done to that one. Rear spoiler. I like the prancing horse in black there. Oh yes, what I noticed about that picture, guys, I didn't tell you, did I? Where is it? This one. Look at this race! Exclamation mark. How they've reflected it into the bonnet. Now, I don't know whether that means that this is a 3D render. and that this is an object. This lettering is an actual object in the scene that's been reflected onto the bonnet, or whether it's just been photoshopped on. Because that's not too difficult to Photoshop that on the car. But if it's Photoshop, that's a nice touch. And, you know, it's kind of a compliment to 3D software these days that I've rendered in 3D many cars in my time. I had a website devoted to it. I did a lot of commercial work for some very famous teams, racing teams, in the world of rally and Formula One. So I've done all that, and I can look at this and I can actually say to you, I actually don't know whether this is a real car or a render, because rendering these days has got to that level. You see, these cars were. This is useless. This has to be air suspension, because you can't drive this. Because if you run over a matchstick, you're going to rip the front bumper off. It's too close to the ground. I don't like cars that are just slammed like that. I've not seen one that's been slammed to the ground and I look at it and I go, wow, that looks awesome. I've never seen that. It just doesn't do it for me. I do like these red barrels with the red with the black inserts, but I don't think you get that option in the game to do that. And I am still bewildered as to why I can't find the one with the twin exhaust at the back as opposed to the triple. That's bizarre. Because I saw it yesterday. That's a toy. Yeah, it's a toy. Alright, so I'm probably going to go with something along this lines. We'll get this back. I don't know whether I'll be able to not paint this or choose a colour to paint that. I don't know. We'll take a look. So, I'm just going to shrink the browser down and back up again. And we'll get back into the game. Now then, let me just see where I am here. Yes, so do we go for the full red bonnet or do we go for the carbon fiber front? Let's have a look at the car. If the car has got a red roof, yeah, the car's going to have a red roof. So I think I am going to go with a red bonnet. So I think the one I'm going to go with, guys, is this one. The one with the scoops, but you can paint the whole bonnet. So I think we'll go with that one. So we'll slowly build this car up. As for the fender or the wing, we're going to go with the B1 on that side, so there's no Scuderia badge. In fact, there's nowhere to put it on this one because the flare is so... Oh, you could put it there, I suppose. So the rear right fender is what we need now to match this one, but this needs to come off the car because it's in need of repair. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, so we need... Did you hear that sound? That was a bad sound. So you notice it says left fender B. Alright, well, let's go shopping. So there it is, there's left fender B, left fender C. Now this, you see, this is the normal car. This one has a black trim at the bottom, this one doesn't. But these A and C will be for the normal car that doesn't have the fender flare, as I call it. The wheel arch flares, really. Now, as for the rear end, these are the ones I was telling you with the twin exhaust here. So this will be the standard, where you have the two lights there. This one doesn't have the lights. This one may have the lights like this one, but these may be LEDs. I'm just guessing. Might be the difference. I don't know what the difference... Oh, this one doesn't have the prancing horse on the back. This one does, but how does F differ from the standard? Well, the diffuser is different. You've got 3 strakes on this side here, 3 strakes on this side here, where this one has got 2 strakes on each side, but it's bigger. So I think we're going to go for the F. I'm going to pick this one. So let's see, we'll just do it slowly, just do it bit by bit and get it in properly. So we're going to put that on there. Okay, you can see, look, there's that rear clamshell. We can, oh sugar, we do have the choice to put that on the car if we want to. There are different rear clamshells. Alright, so let's go for the rear clamshell now. So if I just do 458 clamshell, there it is. So it's, we can choose to have the little winglets on the side, which I think they're winglets, are they? I'm not sure. Just part of the rear. Not really sure. And also we have this one, which is the one that we looked at in the photos. Now I could paint this part matte black separately, so we could match that other car. The only thing I can't do separately is the roof of the Ferrari. I can't give it a matte black roof by the looks of it. And this one, again, I don't know how that differs from the standard. The light looks a little bit different. The center brake light looks a little bit different, but I'm not really sure how. And again, with the steering wheels, we've got, I'm just looking at the bottom of the wheel here, the bottom of the rim, because it looks different here, maybe just shinier. So again, what's going on with this? Let's buy both, because I want to see what the difference is. Yeah, I know, extra money, because every time I sell it, I have to lose money on it. So I can put this on, but then when I paint the car, this is going to get painted whatever color the car is going to be painted. So if I paint the car Rosso Corsa red, then, which doesn't make sense, Rosso Corsa, then this is going to get painted Rosso Corsa. But if I paint this afterwards, I can do it in a matte black separately, so that's okay. Now the rear lights, right tail light and left tail light and trunk. Okay, let's go and get those. So 458 tail. Okay, so we've got 4 choices for each: standard, smoked, and then we have, this is LED standard, this is like just a normal ring, and then we have this different one. Now I'm looking at the ones that we saw on the websites here, and they've all got this standard one here. I don't want to go for the smoked, so it's going to be a toss-up between maybe these two. Alright, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to buy all 3 for the left-hand side and check it out. We've already got our left tail light on, but I'm not bothered about that. So this is your standard one. That's the one we just took off, so that's fine. It looks very pale, doesn't it? It's got a very pale look to it. Let's go to normal mode and remove. And then we'll go to assemble, and it might give us the next one, and it does indeed. Gives us the C option now. Oh, I see. Is this like a brake light, I would imagine? I wouldn't think that's an indicator. Let's take that off. And finally, let's take a look at the D version. Because don't forget, the car's probably going to be red. And what is this? It's like a metal. Oh man, What to do, what to do? Maybe the thing to do is, let's get rid of this one. Maybe the thing to do is to not put the so this rear bumper is coming off. Please tell me I didn't have an F. No, I didn't. I had the B. Okay. So we're going to put this different rear bumper on. What we'll do is we'll paint the car, and then we'll have a look at the light options, I think, based on what the car looks like. Okay, so this has the triple exhaust, but the diffuser is it's got less strakes, but it's a bit more radical. They're a bit lower down, a bit bigger. So now we're looking for the trunk, and then we'll have to move on to the mirrors and the glass. Oops. Did I decide on the front yet? Not sure if I did. Yeah, I did. I did pick that one, didn't I? Okay, that kind of looks... That's alright. I'm fine with that one. So let's take the right headlight out. There's no mirrors on the car right now. Front number plate, I don't think it has. 1. So let's see if we can fix this part. I think we did. And we have a 458 rear bumper B, which I can sell. Now that's a smoked headlight, isn't it? Yeah, it's got black there. I don't know. I think you can paint these to give that smoked effect. I think they can be painted in the paint shop. Let me just have a quick look. I think you can choose it as a part to paint. Although whether it actually does anything... Jesus, I can paint the steering wheel? What's going on there? I can paint the lights? What's going on there? What does this mean, to paint this? So if I choose green or something like that, yeah, you see nothing really happens. No idea what that's there for. And how the hell do you paint the steering wheel? Yeah, you don't. They'll actually charge me $100 to paint something that can't be painted. Cool. Right, so let's go shopping. And we want 458 mirror. So I want a left and a right side both. And then I want a 458 headlight. So we have black, all black, then we have that, and then we have... Now this has got some bodywork here. At the expense of cutting a little bit off the side. So we have... And then we have like a xenon light version. So there's... Wow, there's 6 different versions here. I wonder what this is all about. Let's try this one with the dark light compared to this xenon. Let's have a look at that. So if I assemble this one with the bodywork, oh, it's just going to, oh, I see, it's going to make the headlight look a little bit more aggressive because this bodywork will get painted as well. So the headlight will look like it's got a lower presence kind of thing. When I put the other one on, you'll know what I mean. Oh, buggeration. Put that on. Put this on. So this is the xenon. You see now the glass covers the entire space here. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I do. I'm going to stick with that one. So, what did I pick? F or E? I can't remember. Oh. D is going to go. And so is this. Yeah, I know. I could have stored it. So I picked E. So we're going to have to go with E for the other side. I quite like the Xenon with the angel eye thing on it. That's quite kind of cool. Yeah. Get the mirrors on. And now we have to remove the front window. Is there any glass here? There isn't. Okay. How is the front window? Knackered. Alright, so we might put tinted glass on this. Let's see if I can get... I may have to remove the door to see this better. But if I put the standard wheel on, looks like a standard wheel to me, if I'm honest. Okay, let's check. Let's check the other one. Yep, B. Whoa, hello. What happened there? It floated off. Right. So that's not good down there, is it? I don't think so. Try again. Okay, it's not letting me even choose a wheel now. What is going on? I have both wheels, but it's not letting me put another one in. What on earth just happened? That was weird. Alright, so the next thing we need is the trunk. So 458 trunk. That one. And it looks like when it comes to Windows there's only that option. So 458 window. In other words, there's no tint version. No. So I'm going to go for front 2. I don't know what the difference is between that one and this one. And we're just going to buy all the glass. It might not let me put that wheel in again. But clearly, whatever happened, it didn't like this clamshell B wheel. So I'm going to get rid of that. Yeah, I don't know what went wrong there. That was very, very strange. And I wish I had the option for tinted windows. That would have been nice. Okay, I believe that's everything except for the front window. So apart from the rear lights, which I'll decide later, all we need to do now is get the wheels on. Now, this is the thing. If I'm going to go for rims that look like the one that we saw in the picture, which is this guy here. Let me see if I can just make this bigger again. So view image. So if we're going to go for something like this, It looks like he's got the white writing on the tires, black rims there, which look like it's got those Y-shape things. I'm not sure whether we have that option. I don't have to go exactly for this, of course. There's no reason for me to go for this exact setup. But I do have a few different rims that I've already bought. What's this car worth right now? 106,000. Okay, once the frame and the interior condition becomes good, then we should be okay. The cost should shoot up a little bit more. So I already have experimented with a couple of different rim styles. Ah, this looks like that one that we just seen on the car. Should we give it a try? So it's a 21-inch, we know that. So we'll get one, and then I'll get a tire that is a, oh sugar, I'll get a tire that is a, well, do I go with slicks? I probably should do, shouldn't I? But look at the difference in price. It's twice the price here. I don't want vintage. Ah, here, this one, race tire. I guess it depends how much horsepower we're putting down. So if I do, now the profile is 0 on all of them. Like the wheels are not sticking out from the car at all. I don't know whether we're going to need to adjust that later. So if I put on a rear tire, actually no, I'm going to put on a front because it's cheaper. So the fronts are only 255s, the rears are 305s. It's a fair difference between front and rear, and it's not letting me change the profile. 20 is the lowest I can go on this one. That's... oh, sorry, I'm reading that as the ET, that's on the wheel. Sorry, Jesus. Yeah, profile is 30. I was confusing it with when you pick the rim and you choose the offset on the rim. Silly. Oops, it would help if we joined it together. So let's see what it looks like. I think it comes as a matte black already, which I'm happy to keep it as that. At first glance, this doesn't look too bad at all. Not bad at all. I put my floor back to standard, by the way. I took the white tiles off. Didn't like them. Well, they were okay. I just like it like this. Bit of a vampire. I like living in darker surroundings. Okay, let's mount that and see what we get. Okay. On the car I'm looking at, we don't have the studs painted in. In fact, the whole wheel is black. That's what I'm saying. We don't have these studs on the side. I don't know what you guys think of this, because in the storeroom I don't know whether it's complete, but I have this one. Oh, I don't want to sell it. I have this one and this one. I still have the standard rims that came off the car, but by comparison now they're... oh no, actually not these ones. These are the ones that came off the car. So if I show you these, I think these are just waiting to go on. Sorry, I was messing about there. So this one is a fitment for the rear. It's got the old tyres on. And then we have the other one, which is a matte black version, I think, of the wheels that came off the car, but it's all in matte black. Okay, what I'm going to do, I believe that the tire sizes are all correct on this car right now. So if I bring out this and buy another, I hope I'm doing this right. If I now buy another tire, 21 inch, because if I don't match the sizes correctly, I can't get it off the ramp. So they've all got a 30 profile. So what I'm going to end up with here is a car with the correct wheel and tire sizes, but each wheel is going to be a different style. I'm obviously not going to sell it that way, but I may go with one of these, or I may choose a completely different one than anything we've got on the car already. I don't really have to put that much thought into it. I just want to have a nice finished product. You know, it doesn't need to, it can be any wheels I want, really. It isn't like I'm not going to get my return, my money back. So as long as the wheels on the back are both the same size, and the tires, I mean. Okay, so we've got, this is the rim that came on the car. So what we'll do now, oh, jugger, 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 jugger. What we're going to do is paint the car, and then we'll have an idea of, can I do that from here? Yeah. So we'll have more of an idea of how we can make it look. So, okay, so I need a door. I need a door. Do I? I might not need a door. I might be able to fix this. Yep. Fixed. Double check. Oh, it looks like I bought a door anyway. Yeah, door B. I'll store the other one. Confusion reigns. No, wait a minute. What's going on? That was a left then? Take this off. What have we got here? Yeah, because the B doors weren't making any difference, or didn't look any different to the normal doors. So we're not going to go with B doors. We're just going to go with standard ones. So front left, standard, and then on this side, front right, standard. Okay, now we'll get the mirror and the window in, and then we'll do the same. Damn it. We'll do the same on this side. Right, so it did put the car onto the ground, which means we should be able to take it in for paint. But before I do that, I'm just going to fettle the interior. So we'll get that done. Now we'll move the equipment out the way. take a look, and we have interior and frame is 100, global parts 99. We'll check that out. Why? It might be because of the tires. And then global body condition 80%. Again, we'll check on that. It's because global part, we've got the rear lights missing, the tires are not done yet, so yeah, not really expecting that to be up to scratch so far. Okay, so if we're going to put this in for paint, then we'll get a better idea of how the car wheels look, and then we can decide what rear lights we have, and then we can stick it on the dyno and blah 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 blah. So before I go with Rosso Corsa, I want to have a look at a matte black, which I guess is pretty much this. It's too black though. I'd like some red trim here and there, but you don't really have the option for that. So we're going to go with 83. The hue has to be 0, and as soon as I hit 100, that is Rosso Corsa. Now I'm looking at it, it looks like I should have maybe gone with some carbon on the bonnet. Now notice how these don't match up here, you know, on the back and on the front. You see the here, it's not quite matching up. Maybe that's something to do with the front bumper. Anyway, let's paint it. So back to the garage, and I want to move the car to the garage entrance. I can get a better look at it and decide on what door we want. What door we want? What am I talking about? What wheel we want? Okay, the front wheel does look pretty good, actually. I think I actually slightly prefer that to the rear one. And then on here, yeah, I like this one. It does work for me. Okay, so let's go with moving the car back onto the lifter. I don't know, maybe it's because the tire is has got the white wall on it. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the front bumper here though. Let's have a look. Neither of them look like they're going to stick out very far. And maybe they don't. Which one are we going to go with here? Let's go with District of Columbia. And right, I know we need to add that on. So, rear lights. Assembled, sorry, my fault. So we'd have the C light. Oh, flip, I'm going all over the place here. We've got the C light, and we have the D light. Doesn't look too bad now, does it? And the other option was standard. Okay, Let's go with the black one then. So again, it means selling off one that I'm not going to use, losing money. Now what about the bonnet, guys? Should we go with something with a bit of black on it as well, or just leave it all as it is? Because the black bonnet will complement the black wheels. Oh, and another thing. This guy. Come with me. Why can't you remember the last settings I had? I didn't know the software was written quite as bad. Okay. Ignore me, guys. Yeah, it's costing me money in paint as well. So this guy here. Oh, now you remember the color? Oh, because that is the current color. Daft arse. Alrighty then. Out we pop. And now we've got to put the lights on again. Or did we even put them on in the first place? I don't know. Right, so it's got the black rear bumper thing now. Okay. So now does that mean that we should go with either this? Yeah, that kind of looks cool. Alright, that's the benchmark. Oh, but we got two Scuderia badges. Ah, that's no good. It has to be this one then. It doesn't have another Scuderia badge. Having two just looked daft. Okay, settled. So this, I know. If I get another 458 in, I know. Now, what the hell is this? Is this on a new tire? Let's break that one apart. Okay. Now then, this wheel, is it sticking out or too far in? No. And this one? No, it's just about right. Okay, I don't want that. I hope I've done okay here, guys, and you are in agreement that what I'm doing makes the car look okay. Right, so I have a front, so I need two rear tires and 3 rims. So 3 rims. That's this one. Okay, and the tires, I need 2 rear ones. .305s. Went a bit too far there. I have set the option to use strange tires, so you can use. There's an option in the settings that says use or allow unusual tire sizes. You know, so you can do some real goofy stuff. Maybe I'll show you that in a separate video. Okay, I think we're good. So all the rims are the same, so we can just go for this. We can start balancing that one while we do the next one. Nice big rear here, big fat rear tire, over 1 foot wide. Come on. Okay, so while that one is balancing, I'm going to go and install the other front one. Make sure it's a 255. Okay, now we have one that goes on the back. Nice big tire there. And now we'll go and pick up the last one. Come on. It still says sport tire, even though this is the race tire. How do we look, guys? Does it look okay? Right, now that we've got the lights and everything on, we still have a global body condition of 92%. So let's have a look down this list and see where we are missing something. Oh, of course, the seats and the engine cover and the front clamshell B. So it needs the steering wheel, which it's not letting me put on at the moment. So I need 2 seat 11 leather D and an engine cover. Okay. It's a weird angle it's showing that picture at, but okay, that's fair enough. Is it 11? Yeah, these. That'll do. That's fine. I would have preferred a couple of red seats, but hey. Well, let's have a look and see what there is. They're kind of boring. I mean, that's a vintage car, but it's the only... Is there any other red seats? I mean, even the tan looks really cool, really nice. Ha 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 ha. See? Now something like this, or even this for the full race trim, but that's Pagani. Let's see if we can get away with one of these. Seat Viper. Let's see if we're allowed to put one of those in. I'm going to move the car. Oh boy, look at what we've done here. Let's see if it allows me to add these seats. It does. Does it look okay, or is it too low? It is a bit low, but I don't care. It does look a bit low down, you know, but meh. What can you do? Yeah, but until we get that seat in, we're a little bit screwed. Not the seat, the steering wheel. It's not even letting me put it in. So this could spell a bit of trouble. I need to walk away from the car. Okay, so that'll make it look like a Ferrari engine, which it does. Oh shit. It's here, isn't it? Oh my god. So you install it behind the seat and then it goes in the right place. Fine. That's ridiculous. Yes, it looks like a bloody 458 now. We've got the sports seats in red, which I kind of wanted. Thank you. I think she's done. Let's take a look. Yes! Car value, $142,000. That is cheap. That is seriously cheap. The car brand new is $170,000. The resale value appreciates, so the car sells for more second hand. Now I've got the Liberty Walk tune-up and a massive engine tune-up on this, and the car value is only $142. I'm losing out here, guys. I can't remember what I paid for it, but it wasn't very much. And a restoration bonus of $28. So the whole car would sell for $170,000. It's £170,000 normally to buy this car new when it came out. How does it look? You guys okay with this? Be interesting to see if it's got that Ferrari sound. I don't think it will have, but well, let's get it onto the... Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot, and I might need to... no, I can get to it, can I? Yeah, I can. Glug, 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 glug. This is me drinking Pepsi Max. When it's flat, obviously. Once it's gone flat. Once you're nearly at the end of the bottle. I couldn't drink Pepsi Max straight out the bottle, brand new from like that. I'd be fizzing over. Okay, let's hear it. Nope, doesn't sound like a Ferrari at all. Okay, let's move it to the dyno, and we should be good to go now. It's got that low grumble that you don't expect on a Ferrari. Ferrari's got kind of a high pitchy, whiny sound, but it's just a glorious sound Ferraris make, especially the V12s. Oh Christ. There's nothing quite like... I tell you what, the most orgasmic car sound has to be a V10 or V12 Ferrari screaming in a tunnel. That's like... yeah. Anyway, let's see how much power we got. Please don't give me too much. 600 horsepower, 700 newton meters, I'll be happy with that. 6s and 7s, come on. 6s and 8s. Well, okay, so it's got 50% more power than it had. Okay. I could have gone a lot further. I could have hit 1,000 newton meters of torque. I could have if I'd gone all modded. I reckon I could have done that. But yeah, 677. It's a nice increase. 837 torque. That's a nice big chunk of power. So let's get in, and you know what's happening now, guys. What do you think the 0 to 60 is going to be? Assuming I can put the power down on these tires, I'm going to go with 3.2, 3.4, something like that. Anything under that? Actually, no, because it should be quicker, shouldn't it? I'm thinking normal Ferrari numbers. Let's go for 3 seconds then. 3 seconds would be nice. Anything faster than that would be really cool. So the prancing horse is black on the back there, look. Or is it meant to be chrome? I don't know. Yeah. So this is Rosso Corsa, but it just doesn't look quite right. That does not sound like a Ferrari in the slightest. 3.4. That's what I did say initially. Yeah, it's quite calm actually. This behaved, and the gearbox is good. We could have probably kept the standard gearbox then. 300. Oh, it's on the limiter. That's not me doing that, the game does that. So we could mess around with the gearbox, but not much point really. So return to the garage. That's not too bad. 3.4, 0 to 60. It does not sound anything like what a Ferrari would sound like. It's low and grumbly, and Ferraris aren't low and grumbly at all. Neither are Lambos. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's move to here first, and then we'll just take it out onto the racetrack and across the line. We even could have kept it looking like a standard 458 using different body parts. Could have made it look all bog standard. But I wanted to keep it faithful to the Liberty Walk motif kind of thing. Okay, a little bit of wheel spin. The problem is always the steering though. Wow. I think maybe me moving the camera is putting me off. I'm going to try it with a static camera and see what happens. That's a great start. Even the brake lights don't work. The brake lights don't actually light up when you brake. You see, it's that wheel spin between first and second, or second and third. See, I'm trying to settle the car down before I accelerate, but it won't settle. I literally couldn't make it turn. I knew it was heading towards there, and I couldn't stop it. I don't know why they bother even having the track, because it's only for slow cars. Quick cars and modded cars have got no business being here, but yet they belong here in the real world. See, look, that little, every time it squeaks it just veers off to one side. Worst lap time in history, 1:38. And it's not a slow car, but that was the single worst lap time in the world ever. In the world. I'm going to stop bringing it to the track because there's no point. Because the lap times are completely and utterly meaningless. Totally. Alright then, so we better get this thing sold. Yeah. Car looks good. Engine, that's just what a Ferrari engine should look like. And we've got the standard game engine underneath there. Yeah. Very cool. Nice dyno figures as well. Not too bad. 677 horsepower at a peak of 5,950 revs, and just before that you reach the peak torque of 837 Newton meters. That's pretty impressive. Guys, the car is about to sell for 170,000. Bye bye Ferrari, you're a great car. Always love this car. Let it be sold. Sold to the man in the tweed jacket. Okay. What's next? Well, what's next is whatever's behind this door. Stay tuned. Bye for now.